Hello there friends, it's Samantha again, and here I'm going to talk about something that's particularly interesting to me. I posted an article on Rogue Outpost about loneliness and what it's like to be a woman in the X-Wing community, and it was incredibly well received, and I had some great comments from many people throughout the community. I had a French girl, a French trans woman, say how much she appreciated my article. I had a woman in Queensland, here in Australia, who was like, thank you for posting this, it's so true. And I felt that was wonderful, so I thought I'd expand on things a little bit. And what I didn't expand too much was the loneliness. You know, there's feeling alone in a room is something that we can all relate to. It's something we've all been through. You know, there's been times in all our lives when you've gone somewhere or been doing something and you found that you're alone. You can't relate. And that sucks. It's a horrible feeling. And while people may be friendly, they may be accepting, they may be really great people who are trying their hardest to include people in the community, you can still feel left out. And that's where I'm at. And that makes me very sad. And so, being a woman, particularly a queer woman who has for full information, I'm married to another woman. We've been together for 10 years. I've been out as LGBT since I was 18 years old. I have always been queer and always will be. And yeah, so I walk into a room full of straight guys, or presumed straight guys. I've met a couple of nice bisexual and queer men over my time playing X-Wing, but it means that I feel a little left out. You know, when the group discussions happen and suddenly it's all guys talking to each other and you're on the sidelines. You know? Because they get into those broy habits and they talk to each other and it feels like you're being left out a little bit because you're not one of the guys. You know, and I'll never be one of the guys. I'm always the first to criticize the idea that men behaving as men and boys being boys is a thing that should be true. Because people should be inclusive and thoughtful and treat people with respect, instead of trying to get them to conform to what their idea of a person should be. You know, a girl who walks into a men's community shouldn't be forced to be one of the boys, or a tomboy, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, I am one of those things some of the time, but I don't think we should be forced to conform to those standards. And that's something that really, really bothers me. And so, continuing on from this, I think X-Wing is a fantastic tool for improving your life. Yes, it's an expensive hobby. Yes, you have to put a lot of time and hours into it to get good, and sometimes you might not ever get good at it. But that's not the point, because X-Wing, for me, has always been about improving and helping my mental health in a way that I cannot explain to anyone else. No, I probably can, so we're going to try. So, basically, X-Wing, for me, in terms of my mental health, there's been a staggering improvement. I get to look forward to going to the store each week. I look forward to playing a game on a Thursday with my friend Stuart, like we did yesterday, on Thursday. And I've made so many connections. For example, one of my friends is a single father to a wonderful autistic boy, and I'm also autistic, for the record, which is of interest. And basically, since getting to know him through X-Wing, we met at a game store that we were playing at, and we bonded and talked and became friends. And then we became friends outside of X-Wing, and our lives kind of merged a bit. I regularly now look after his son. My wife and I take his son in for a weekend so he can have a bit of a break. And I mean, that's happening tonight and tomorrow, so that's of interest. But it means that I've been able to bring people into my life that I would never have done so if it weren't for X-Wing. I mean, and also, I've got some very close friends that I've made who are now in my RPG night groups like Shadowrun and Dungeons & Dragons and whatnot, who I all met through X-Wing. And that would never have happened if X-Wing hadn't been there. Friendships and community building are essential to any hobby and any group activity. And I hope we can do more of that. This is Samantha. See you later, friendos. And I'm hoping I'll post again soon. Bye!